Hi everyone, thank you for expressing your interest in the organic hair color. I'm Eugenie. I am a color correction specialist and the organic hair color specialist with 20 years of experience in hairdressing and 6 years out of which I've been researching and implementing chemical-free organic hair color. I guess like every hairdresser at some point in time asked himself a question: wouldn't it be nice if we were able to dye hair without chemicals? Because deep down we know that hair color is not a spa treatment for the hair, doesn't matter how gentle the color is. And we would like to help people, we would like to be creative, but at the same time whatever we're doing is slightly damaging for the hair, sometimes not slightly. With this being said, I also am aware that almost every hairdresser has almost innate fear of henna and the other type of home color that our customers are using, and I put it down to the fact that henna has a bad reputation because there's too many things referred as henna which aren't in fact henna. So first of all, let's see where these misconceptions are coming from. Sometimes customers come to us and they ask for color correction and they say they've been using henna on their hair, but in fact they use the product which is called a compound henna, which is a cocktail of some henna and some pretty harsh chemicals such as metallic salts, PPD, which can cause adverse reaction with ammonia containing dyes, and therefore it creates problems for hairdressers who try color correct henna, and therefore they try to avoid this altogether. The second misconception is that some people, they do actually get pure organic products, but they are getting a herbal mix which contains herbs other than henna, and that can also cause problems because if your mix will contain indigo, for example, it will be very difficult to bleach the hair. It will be very difficult to get it out from the hair. It depends on, again, the time of the exposure, the percentage of indigo, and how many times the client applied the mixture on the hair. So that also creates a misconception where we're actually dealing here with indigo and not with the henna, and therefore it can create potential problems. However, if you take your time and study the properties of the herbs, work becomes very predictable because henna and some other herbs, they are fully compatible with ammonia containing dyes and with the bleach. So in fact you can color correct pure henna. Eco living and the organic living is a growing trend at the moment. After the lockdown, the demand for organic chemical-free hair dye grew like exponentially. If like 5-6 years ago I used to get one inquiry for particular chemical-free hair dye maybe once a month, now I'm getting a few phone calls a week and sometimes even in the day. When I go to parties or any social gathering, if I ever mention chemical-free dye, this topic always get a lot of attention. So that kind of made me want to share this knowledge with other hairdressers because the demand is growing. I get people calling from various geographical locations and they're not necessarily able to come and visit me. I'm based in North London. Wouldn't it be nice if we had more hairdressers who could actually help all these people, because it seems like it's a growing trend. People have been saying to me that they've lost hair during the lockdown and therefore they just don't want to use chemicals anymore. Many people also all of a sudden developed allergies to PPD or to their normal like hair dyes that they've been using for years. So anyhow, the trend is growing and I feel like I need to share my experience. Also, the herbal hair coloring, apart from it being like beneficial for the hair, for the health, it's being holistic. It also gives you, if you're an artistic person, I guess you are as a hairdresser, it gives you the opportunity to create effects which are impossible to achieve with other types of dye, because the herbal hair dye combines the kind of properties of a permanent dye and of the toner, where the grey hair get covered completely. However, the base color of the natural hair remains pretty much unchanged, and you use the grey hair to create like various effects, like a balayage effects. The colors that you can achieve with the herbal dyes are like vary from blonde, from sort of milky tea color, light copper, bright copper, brown, black, basically all levels from 1 to 10, and then it can also vary the warmth from cool to neutral and to the warm ones. Of course, you won't get as much of a variation as with the chemical dyes. You can't get any kind of unnatural looking colors. If you master the herbs and you incorporate it into your work, it will kind of set you away from your competition straight away. It will give you a kind of a competitive edge. I guess it's a very good place to be because it's a kind of a niche market, but at the same time it's a growing trend, and it's very nice to be in the beginning of it, so you can get like the biggest segment of the market. And you won't just be getting people who cannot have a chemical dye because of their health conditions or maybe because of their mindset, but you will be able to also get people who maybe been trying some herbs at home, they've been hennaing their hair, and then they want color correction and they want balayage, but most hairdressers would simply not deal with them. They would, you be the one to help them. And surprisingly, I've been getting people who do not require a natural hair dye, but they would come to me to have a normal chemical hair dye or color correction, just because they think I would be more gentle in their hair because I have this kind of organic mindset. So it's very interesting. And finally, you would be able to leverage gray hair, make it your friend, and your balayage works on the clients who have like 30, 40, 50% of gray hair would be much faster. And it's a total game changer when working with gray hair. I will tell you more about it on my course. Please follow my Instagram and sign up to my course to find out more.